I'm not normally this quiet for you at the beginning of the
No,
stream.
we normally chat.
It's like newsreaders, isn't it? You know, what do they say at the beginning?
I'm going to shuffle some papers.
Yeah, shuffle some papers. But yeah, we are live. So I'm going to click onto the comments. So welcome to the Tuesday tune-in, everybody. As you can see, we've upgraded Andy
once again.
So yeah, if you are live, tune in. What does he normally say at this stage? Like, comment, let us know you're here.
Yeah. He's normally still saying, "Are we live?" by this point.
Yeah, he is normally saying, "Are we live?" He never does it. Hey, Anuj Pandey, all the way from Gorek Shep. The very last EBC group of the season.
Nice.
Anuj thought he'd escort them personally.
Fab. Fantastic. That's service, isn't it?
That's a level of service you don't get with other companies.
You just don't.
I don't know. Is that libelous or slander? It's not if it's true though, right?
If it's true, you're
okay. If it's true, you're okay to say it. Awesome, guys.
So
who have we got? Stuart Taylor.
Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. Lovely to meet you. Hi, Diane. Shona, didn't see you at the Keswick Mountain Festival. I was cut deep by that. Actually, no, we didn't, did we? I got confused then, although I did see her and I felt really bad then.
Did you think you did see her?
For a second there, I had like heart palpitations. Nope, I did see her. I had a long conversation with her and I forgot. Hey Kim, hey Paula, Jimbo Blues. Lovely to meet Jimbo. I swear I've been saying his name like that for about a year and a half. So lovely to meet him. He's far more handsome in reality than I thought he'd be. Yeah.
Glencoe, look, Sinead's going to be at Glencoe. So
she's going to be at Glencoe. Okay, marvelous. Jerome, he didn't bother to come up to Keswick either. Anyway, welcome, guys. As you can see, Andy isn't here. There are several reasons for that. I tried to reel him in, but I think he had bigger fish to fry today.
You didn't prepare me for this. I've got fish pans.
Sorry, I should have prepared myself. He's bigger fish to fry today.
He's gone fishing.
Yeah, I did try to. Yeah, he's gone fishing. Yeah. I like that. We'll put an end to the fish puns now.
I can't think. It's too much pressure.
Yeah, so he's left us floundering on our own.
Oh, very good.
There we go. Should we move on from that now? Let's
move on.
Yeah. Okay. Any fish puns, guys, that I missed out? Just put them in the comments.
These guys are definitely going to get in on the fish puns.
Yeah.
He's someplace else. Yeah.
He's someplace else. Yeah. Exactly.
I needed some help there.
Kirsten Franklin from Gorek Shep. I saw, Kirsten, you did a thing, right? You went walking for a few days and ended up somewhere. Congratulations as well. I can't believe they're all tuning in from Gorek Shep.
I know, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really exciting.
But yeah, I wish I was there. I remember I was planning on doing it, but
you were supposed to be there, but we needed you at Keswick.
Yeah, needed me at Keswick. So yeah, that's true. We had
to keep you here.
Hey Kim, how's it going? So we've been at Keswick Mountain Festival this weekend.
We have.
Yeah.
We have. It's been a long weekend.
So if we're looking pale, bleary-eyed, if the energy
slightly under par.
Yeah, Jerome, Dave, that's trout of order. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah.
That's good.
Do you know what? I have to draw a line in it now, though, because I'm not going to concentrate on the live. I'm just going to think of fish that I can insert into punnage.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, awesome. Yeah, we had a really, really good time at Keswick Mountain Festival.
Great time.
It was really funny. Last year we camped, and we decided this year that actually camping takes a bit of energy that we'd rather keep for the live. For the show. And we were more tired this year.
More tired.
More tired this year. So it does seem to be
back to camping next year.
Yeah, exactly. Michael, he said hello from Liverpool. It's not quite Gorek Shep.
Well,
you see,
there's probably some comparisons.
Yeah, there probably is some comparisons in some parts of Liverpool with Gorek Shep, as there is Newport, where I'm from. In fact, lots of parts, more than I'd be willing to admit. Hello, Karen Bardet. She actually caught me and told me the correct pronunciation of her name.
Have we been pronouncing it wrong?
It's not French.
Right.
It comes from Bardetti.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Italian. Yeah.
I was not party to this conversation.
No,
so
I was.
I'm intrigued as to how you were pronouncing it.
Honestly, I've known it's Bardet since the beginning.
I think you've always said Bardet.
But sometimes I do a little cheeky Bardet.
I see.
Just to wind her up. But yeah, awesome to meet you guys. So many of you actually made the effort to come out and say hello.
No, it was really great. It was lovely to meet everyone.
Yeah, it is really great because normally I only see people there's probably a tiny little circle next to your comment that's probably, you know, a centimetre in length. That's how I know you all. Like, I'm really shocked when you all rock up and your heads aren't just a tiny little centimetre diameter circle with a little Facebook symbol in the corner. Yeah. But honestly, it was really, really good. You know, so many of you just made the effort just to come and meet us, and it was
great.
Yeah, really, really great.
We really had a nice time.
Yeah, Keswick Mountain Festival, it's always fun. It's always hard work, but honestly, any of you guys that are watching, perhaps that met us there for the first time, thank you as well for coming over to talk to us, because we had a wonderful time.
We did.
I'm wearing Crocs today. You're wearing flip-flops.
I'm wearing flip-flops, yeah.
Rosie's got sandals on with her feet strapped up.
Yeah. We've been on our feet.
On our feet a lot this weekend, and so it's all we could think about. You know, we're driving home, your feet are buzzing, and we thought to ourselves, what should we do the Tuesday tuning on? Feet. So we thought we'd do it on feet. Specifically feet, not necessarily boots, although I reckon some bootage.
We may talk boots.
It may sneak in.
Crop up.
But particularly we wanted to talk about looking after your feet. Essentially, you know, there's a, you know, 1 foot. I was going to say everyone's got like a foot that's a foot long. Is that how it works?
What?
Everyone's essentially any of us that ever walked to Everest Base Camp. Essentially, what I was trying to say, we all get there using 2 surface patches that are about that big.
Right.
You know, so it all starts from there and from your feet all the way up to the tip of your head. But we were chatting to some guys from a lot of the stalls there that sell very specific sort of shoes. Can we name the brand? I've never been shy of naming brands on here.
Name the brand.
Yeah, Vivo, Barefoot.
And Vibram were there.
And Vibram were there. And I was actually using that opportunity myself to sort of, here's Andy. We've managed to bait him in.
We're reeling him in right now.
Reeling him in right now, yeah.
Hey, look, if he's watching the live now, he could have actually just been on the live, right?
That is true, yeah, that is true. To be honest, mate, yeah, he's, to be honest, you know, Andy, we've got him hooked. Yeah, he's not going to worm his way out of this one.
Oh, this is good. I really feel that I should have been given preparation.
Yeah.
I'm very upset right now.
But no, and it was really interesting. They were talking about sort of looking after your feet, looking after your health, and all from the sort of, you know, the body mechanics, and then also just the surface problems that you can get, such as blisters and stuff like that. And I think for the last month, you've been telling me I should wear my new boots. But you didn't wear them.
I didn't wear my new boots to Keswick because I didn't buy them for this reason, but my new boots are really, really pretty. I thought it was going to be muddy in Keswick, and it was muddy in Keswick, and I didn't want to get my boots dirty.
It's a serious concern, isn't it?
It's a serious concern. It's going to happen at some point, but I just wasn't ready. They're too new.
It's going to have to happen.
It's going to have to happen, but I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. It's going to happen on a mountain, not at a Keswick festival.
I did. I think we went on a mountain though, didn't we, Fee? We went on the Horseshoe Ridge, and you didn't wear them then. Because you didn't want to get them.
Didn't want to get them muddy.
Didn't want to get them muddy. Yeah.
They're really pretty.
They are really pretty. I did say they are good-looking boots. What are they? Salawes?
They are Saliwa. I feel it's Italian, an Italian brand. Saliwa Alpmates is what I've gone
green,
for.
Right?
They're green with maroon laces, and they're really, really nice. And had I known I was going to be on the live today, I would have brought them in to show you guys. But this has been sprung on me at very short notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey ho. But yeah, they're great boots. They're really good. And but we're not talking boots right yet. But I can talk about them.
Yeah,
if we come on.
We're going to get there. I mean, luckily Lauren, Lauren is on the phones today. So she'll be feeding us your comments. So if you have any questions. It can be about boots, I guess, but also about anything. You know, if any of you have any trouble with your feet, you know, we have lots and lots of people that sort of tell us, oh, you know, my big toe gets bloodied and I lose nails and things like that. It's a serious consideration when you're trekking for 11 days, because you can imagine that if you start to sort of lose a nail on day 4,
it's not great.
The remainder of that trek is going to be. It's going to be tiresome.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing with any little niggles on your feet. You've got to address that straight away.
Immediately,
because if you let that go, then that little niggle turns into something a lot more serious. That little tiny start of a blister becomes a really big blister, and then the blister pops, and then you're in all kinds of trouble. So, kind of prompt action. You know, all the good stuff with the blister plasters. That's like a tongue twister. Blister still can't do it, and strapping stuff up and all that kind of thing is timely interaction, I think, is always really
exactly
really key.
I find that if you're noticing a contact patch, you're noticing a hot spot in your boots when you're on a trek, immediately address that situation. Sit down, take your boots off, have a look at it, see what you can do. Ideally, you want to do all of this before you get to Nepal or Tanzania as well. So, like Fee is going to do, start wearing your boots. I mean, you got till September.
Yeah. I am wearing them indoors.
Okay, that's
I'm wearing them around the house, around the office. I've just not worn them out and about yet, but I'm gonna. You haven't worn them in anger yet? They need to be crystal. Actually, I'm gonna wear them this weekend. I'm going on a navigation course up in Snowdonia, so I'm gonna wear them this weekend.
You going up with Steve?
I am, Steve, who is coming on our training weekend to do a little bit of the guiding for us on the training weekend. So, great guy who's got runs loads of different outdoor courses up in Snowdonia. Yeah. So, going up there this weekend for a navigation course, so I know where I am.
Awesome. I mean, that is brilliant. I mean, I did one a little while ago with Steve. God, it must be 2017, I think.
A little while ago.
I need a refresher.
You're not coming with me.
No, it's
We spent too much time together.
Way too much time. It feels like this today doesn't feel like a Tuesday to me or a Monday.
It's very disorientating right now. Yeah.
For instance, yesterday when we parted ways and I said have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Felt
and
like
we
it
were
was
like, no, Dave, we will see you bright and early in the morning. No, we're not having another weekend now.
It's the start of the week, Dave, not the end. But you're dead right about the blisters. And one of the things that I like to do when I get a new pair of boots, I've never, everyone remembers the story about the Glencoe challenge, but we'll forget that. Is like what you're doing. I wear them casually, so I'll wear them out and about and just wear them enough. I don't have to go on a 10-mile hike to see if they're okay. Because most brand new shoes on a 10-miler, they got to be worn in a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think wearing them gradually for a few hours every day, wearing them to work, wearing them in the house, wearing them in the garden, does enable you to kind of wear them in. You'll crack up quite a lot of hours, 20, 30, 40 hours in no time. But say 1 or 2 or 3 hours at a time. That way you're breaking them in without breaking your feet.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good way to do it.
It's a good way to get used to new boots, is to just wear them a little bit at a time before you take them on that big journey and get them all broken in.
Yeah.
Some interesting conversations. I'm just reading there, keeping an eye on the comments about the old Compeed. So I'm a big fan of Compeed personally.
Yeah. Some people don't like it.
But a lot of people don't get on with it. So it's quite interesting. A lot of people saying it kind of melts into your socks and just becomes a horrible mess inside just your socks. But I have a great time with it. I think it's brilliant. I guess another one of those things you want to just try out and see which side of the fence you sit on. How do you feel about Compeed, Dave?
I've always got it in my bag.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I've tried one of the things, and I think it was recommended to me on here. I dare say it might have been shown in the early days because I always used Compeed and never thought about anything else. Was the zinc oxide tape.
Okay.
A lot of people use zinc oxide tape for blisters instead of Compeed and really swear by it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've not had an issue with either. I think they both do a pretty good job. I think the issue that I have with Compeed is that some people put it on and then if you try and take it off before that blister has had a chance
you can never take it off.
You'll make
it has to become part of you.
Yeah, you just have to kind of ignore the fact that you've got this disgusting sticky thing on your foot for ages, and eventually it'll just kind of come off in its own time.
Yeah.
The only other thing I've done with blisters was, and I learned this when I was doing construction on the railway. Yeah. So bringing my previous life into this. Yeah. Was you just get a tiny little pinprick, tiny little pop. And then push the skin down onto itself then. And what will happen is it'll harden.
Yeah.
And then it'll be okay.
And then you're okay.
Where you have to be so careful though, don't do that and then immediately start walking because it needs time to harden. So if you're going to do it in the evening, give yourself the longest possible time, let as much air get to it as possible. I do know a guy who I gave that advice to who did it, put his boot back on, wore it. Obviously the skin it came off and then he had like a quite a horrible wound and not a fun walk.
No, that doesn't sound good at all.
Duct tape is another one. Bit old school.
At a push, if you're in a bind.
I'll be honest, I'll use it. I've always got some.
Yeah.
But it's not very comfortable. It's quite sharp edges on it.
I wouldn't recommend it, but I think if you're absolutely in a pinch and you need to do something, then better than nothing.
In a pinch kind of works.
In a pinch.
Kind of works. Relating to blisters, Yeah, Andy actually gave away a pair of boots. He bought some and they gave him blisters and he thought, that's okay, that's probably because they were new. Then he wore them again on Toepcal, came down and one of our guys got a lovely brand new pair of boots. Only worn twice.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I've luckily I found that if you get the right insole, the right boot, tie your laces the right way. We've done those on previous lives and those demonstrations. Maybe we may even have a video. Maybe Lauren can find the video of me doing a lace tie.
Doing some lace things. I think that's the thing. I think it is a case of getting the right boots, but then also working with them. So you've got to give them some time to soften up. You've got to wear them for a while. Yeah, you've got insoles, you've got lace tying, you've got various things. So if something feels like, it's a little bit uncomfortable around the ankle, you can retie, you can tie in a different way that can solve that. So it's not all about it, fitting like a glove the first time you try the boot on.
Yeah.
You might need to do a little bit of, okay, let's make this work.
Yeah. Yeah. Another one I heard of the other day was you can get hiking boots now that they heat mold. They use the same technology they use for skiing boots, and they heat mold them to your foot.
Wow.
So that apparently they fit perfectly.
Wow.
I'll have to try it. I've not known many hikers use them. My issue with it is that your feet swell at altitude.
Yeah.
So if you've molded them at sea level and then your feet swell at altitude.
Your feet do change over time and in different conditions, in the heat, in the cold. So that is slightly interesting.
Yeah. So it is one of those where are your feet like half a size too big for the boots you've got now with no movement. But I'd be interested to know about that though, to be fair. But yeah, lots of interesting comments. Someone said sniper tape came up there. I'm wondering, is that a brand or is that a type of tape? It sounds cool. I'd like to have sniper tape in my repertoire, in my quiver. One thing I forgot to mention at the start of the show actually was that at Keswick we did a weigh the bag competition we essentially you weigh the bag, you get an entry. If you get the answer within a kilo, you get a double entry.
Yep.
And then we pick a winner at random. It's already happened.
It's happened this morning.
So it happened this morning. So we pick a winner from random out of everyone that's entered, and they win £700 worth of trekking equipment. It's my favourite / worst job because I love shopping for gear, but normally for myself.
Yeah, you have to give it all away.
So I have to buy 700 quid's worth of trekking equipment.
But you will be buying a set of boots in that 700 quid.
I will be buying a set of boots. And I think it's too soon to give the winner out. So we'll talk a little bit more about feet.
We've got to keep them, on the edge of their seat.
Yeah, and then we'll give the winner out, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Then we'll answer some questions. But yeah, sniper tape, very, very interesting.
That is interesting. We'll do all that afterwards.
A lot of talk about insoles as well. People mentioning the difference that they can actually make. I agree. I use the Superfeet Trailblazer insole.
Yeah.
To the point now where
I feel like that got mentioned. I feel like someone else.
Did it get mentioned? Do you want to drive feet?
No. I'm good. I feel like someone mentioned it. Was it Diane said Superfeet?
Somebody have been said Diane. Yeah. She loves a bit of the old
Trailblazer shoes and Superfeet.
Are insoles to support a very high instep a thing? So that she asked a question about that. I think they are, but you can get custom orthotics, right? Yeah,
and you can get insoles that have like a raise in the arch, built into the insole. So yeah, that's definitely something you can get, I think.
Yeah, no, 100%. And what I would do is go and see what are they called, the feet people? Podiatrist. Go see a podiatrist. I saw one once, and they're able to do like a mold of your foot and create a custom orthotic that then you can put in any boot, any shoe, and apparently it gives you really good support. I've also heard people do a lot of that. I found the Superfeet Trailblazers really help for me. They seem to be designed for trekking in mind, so quite a lot of intense usage with lots of hard stone and rock underfoot. They changed my life because one difficulty I had was my feet would always move forward in my boots, causing like problems with the toes and stuff like that. And also when it moves forward, the mechanics from your feet up are all a bit off. So your knee kind of overextends, your hips a bit sore. Yeah. Using the Superfeet, it just keeps them locked in place. Nice. I recommend you get a pair for Machu Picchu.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I haven't known anyone that's tried them and didn't get on with them yet.
Yeah, I can see Leah's saying that they're a big help.
Yeah, awesome. Well, they were talking. I think the girls were talking about Leah on the weekend, weren't they? She's going on a trip with Karen or Ramona.
I missed that.
Yeah, I think they're all getting involved. To be fair, Karen and Ramona, they talk a lot. It's easy to miss some of what they're saying, especially Karen, my friend. But
so rude.
Yeah, it's so rude. But one of the other things we wanted to mention as well was about other than sort of what you're using day to day, looking after your feet outside of it. So how do you keep your feet healthy on a trip and stuff like that? One of the things you'll notice when you go, particularly on the Everest Base Camp trek, where we're indoors in tea houses in the evenings, is all of the locals, all of the porters, the guides, they pretty much take their boots off as soon as they get in.
Yeah.
And they'll put like flip-flops on.
Comfy shoes on.
Yeah, and they'll wash their feet and then dry their feet, and they'll pretty much do that every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I was talking to the guide about it, they were saying, they do so much walking, keeping the feet dry, so not just leaving sweaty socks on and things like that, which can cause irritation and affect the skin and things like that. So what I took from it is you need to bring some comfy shoes.
Some comfy shoes.
Comfy shoes afterwards.
Potentially not flip-flops if you're going to be needing to get out and about of an eve and go to the toilet and all that kind of stuff. You might want something a little bit more substantial than flip-flops.
Yeah, definitely. And also, if you're going to go walk around, say Gorek Shep, just have a wander.
Yeah.
You want your toes to still be there in the morning. They will freeze.
Yeah.
Personally as well, and this is a big recommendation. I like to now. I'm a Croc man now.
You're converted, aren't you?
I've moved from sliders to Crocs.
I feel about this, to be honest.
I'll tell you for why.
Yeah.
When you go to a lot of these mountain lodge toilets, there can be some residual moisture on the ground.
This was what I was kind of getting at without saying it in too many words.
Set it up feet and I'll knock them down.
It's the reason I feel that flip-flops would not be the correct answer to this.
Some of it's
problem.
Some of it's water because you have to manually flush the toilet.
Some of it's water, yeah.
Yeah, some of it is water, and
some of it's not.
Some of it's not. So yeah, having something that covers the foot.
So yeah, that's where the Crocs
gives you that security.
This is why the Crocs are winning.
The Crocs are winning. I've got them on now.
Yeah, that's why I keep looking down at your feet.
Yeah, they're brilliant. I mean, look at these. These are like
they're coming up.
I've thought about these. These are different Crocs because they haven't got the holes around the side. I can confidently step in a puddle in those. But also, if I lose my boots and say I'm on the high camp of Island Peak, and I'm about to go to the summit, but my boots blow away.
This is what you're.
Put them in 4-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive.
Next thing you know, you could outrun a leopard in 4-wheel drive. However, this. I'm kicking it at the pool.
Yeah, casual.
I'm enjoying. I'm in Zanzibar.
Laid back.
What's that? Going to Kili? Hang on. Back to Zanzibar. Telling you, all in one thing.
All in one pair of Crocs.
It was Lauren that told me that she read that Crocs are dangerous, and they are. And they're dangerous because you buy a pair thinking, I'll just mow the lawn in them.
Just for inside the house.
Just for inside the house.
Just for the garden. Yeah. Just for slip on the back door.
I got to nip to the car to get the shopping. I just put them on. Now I'm outside.
Yeah. Now you're in daylight.
Yeah, and now
public.
Yeah, and now you're like me, where I'll happily go to the bar in these.
Yeah. You wear them a lot.
We've actually got an awards event to go to at some point.
Are you going to wear July. The Crocs?
Thinking about it. Why bother dressing up in a suit and tie when that's not what we do?
Well, you could do suit and tie and then Crocs on the feet.
Yeah.
So you could just be all,
Yeah. So like business from sort of neck to ankle.
To ankle, yeah. And
party ankle down.
Shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Good system.
I feel like we should probably move off the Croc conversation.
Anyway, Crocs. If you want me to name drop them on every single live, to me they'll never bother give me anything, do they?
You've never had anything free of them.
Yeah, no, never. I tell you what, I have. Leah sent me some stuff. A koala.
Yeah, that's slightly different.
Yeah, it is slightly different. One of the other things as well that is, I think a must-have, and I think you agree, Fee, because I bought you a set, and it's your absolute favourite thing.
Clippers.
The nail clippers that go on the keyring. I don't have my keys to demonstrate which ones.
On my desk.
So we want to get them.
So do you want to see them?
Yeah.
Shall I run?
Are you going to do it? So I have to
keep talking.
Yeah. So I have to keep talking. Yeah. These things are absolutely brilliant. I bought a pair I can't remember where I saw them. I think it was at an airport, and I just thought, oh, that's a cool idea. So I bought them, and they're amazing. They live on my keys all year round. They don't just cut nails. Anything, little bits of laces, anything that you need to shorten. These things are brilliant. So this is what I bought for you. They're from Victorinox.
It's the guys that make the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it functions as well as one.
It is. Yeah.
So look, you got those, right? And then look at this smooth action. It just goes around. Ooh. Turn it round.
Clippy clip.
Clippy.
Yeah,
and then what you're going to do then? Swing it back round. No one even knows. And I bought them, and I don't think there's a week that goes by where you don't sing their praises.
Yeah, I use them a lot. They're very, very handy.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Good for all your little snag nails, and if you get a little chip in your nail, take it right off.
Laces.
And then any little, packaging.
The wristband.
The wristband from Keswick.
That's too long, is it? It's all right. We got it covered.
It's gone.
So yeah,
very handy.
But also, if I was to take them on the mountain on an 11-day trip, if you do a 19-day trip, if you do a 25-day trip, you're gonna need to cut your nails within those 25 days. It's gonna happen. Yeah. And I've known, you wouldn't believe, people that climb Everest, particularly, one of the massive problems base camp doctors have to deal with is missing toenails when they get back to base camp. It's a really big issue. And because it sounds like you can kind of all right, it's painful, then it goes, but they can get infected.
Oh yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you've got all sorts of problems, and it's grim.
It's not nice losing a nail.
Yeah,
it's not nice.
Exactly. So that's what we recommend. But what I think we could do now, so we're about halfway through.
Should we have a look at the cues?
Let's have a look at some cues.
We'll
answer some cues. Maybe 5-10 minutes of cues. Then we'll announce the winner, because I'm like chomping at the bit here to get that name out there.
Yeah.
And then we will finish up. So Jerome has said, hi, Fee.
That's me.
He's called you Fee, as in...
That's my name.
Yeah, but you've seen the spelling.
It's fine.
It's fine. You quite like that, don't you?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Don't mind it.
Yeah, Jerome's like, good. What? No, how do you really spell it? Yeah, it's F-I, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm flexible with it.
I shouldn't be correcting them, though.
Flexible.
Yeah, okay.
Not a problem.
Listen, I get slammed for pronunciating people's names
wrong.
So, yeah, Fee, how's the training getting on?
Yeah, not been out in the mountains as much as I'd like, but done quite a lot in the gym. So yeah, it's going okay. I'd like to step up the actual mountain side of it, but yeah, got Snowdonia this weekend, so that's going to be good. Going to be getting out and about this weekend, and then yeah, just need to get a few more things in the diary really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going good. Thanks, Jerome. Yeah,
I think
we're getting there.
I think you're already pretty much there as well. We did the training weekend walk, didn't we?
We did a Brecon walk, didn't we?
And that wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad.
And that's the walk we've kind of picked because it's not technical, but it's quite long.
It's quite steep at the beginning.
It's quite steep at the beginning. It's rocky terrain. There's some climbs and some descents. So it's a good replication of kind of general trekking, and you smashed that, didn't you? That was easy.
It's all good. Well,
You finished before I did.
It was good.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all good.
Do you remember I was being sick on that one? You
were being sick every sort of 50 meters to begin with. Yeah.
And it wasn't even altitude, it was in Brecon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bri, this is another one for you, Fee.
Right, okay.
Well, I mean,
I feel that's for you.
It might not be for you.
That's definitely for you.
Stiletto or thigh-length boots? That's the question. Well, Brian, if you've ever watched a Tuesday Tune-In, you'll know that I much prefer boots as a mode of trekking equipment than shoes or any other type. So I would go with thigh-high boots, yeah, because that's going to be good. If a yak goes for you, you're going to have a little bit of shin protection there and stuff like that.
Good thinking.
But also, you're going to bring a degree of class.
Yeah.
To the mountain.
A bit of style on the mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you want.
And I've always said, if someone offers me, outright skill or panache, I'll go for panache every damn time. Every time I'll go for panache. Stevie Hobson, anyone worn Hoka One boost for a trek?
Boots for a trek.
Yeah, boostful. Do you know what? I read that then. That wasn't me taking the mic. I thought that was the model.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. So Hoka's. I know our Rosie has Hoka's the
running shoes.
The running shoes, and she swears by those. Yeah.
Yeah, shock horror. I wore a pair.
Did you?
I wore a pair to EBC did the whole trek on them, and I wore another pair on Ben Nevis.
Nice.
I think they're great.
Yeah, got on with them well.
If you like a cushioned shoe, and I was chatting to the guys at Vivo, and they would argue different. However,
They would.
a lot of technology, time, and effort has gone into developing those hockers. So you would think that there's also some equally valid science.
I
think it depends on the individual, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought they were brilliant, particularly if you've got, say, an issue where if you're like nursing a bad knee and you want to reduce the shock going through that knee, they were great. Only downside, what I found with them, they weren't a very sturdy shoe.
Okay.
So my feet did move about in them quite a lot because the uppers are really flexible. They're not stiff.
Yeah.
So I did find that my feet moved around a little bit on the descent, so I had to be wary of that. I could probably fix that with some faffing, you know, some insoles, and maybe trying out some different methods. But just in the couple of times that I used them, that's what I experienced. But you know what? My dad swears by them.
Okay.
I will not wear anything else. As a 6'4" guy who's carrying a little bit of timber, he does want to reduce the shock to the knees and things like that. He absolutely swears by them. He's just bought a new pair. I think he's got 2 or 3 pairs now.
Good.
So yeah. Oh, Mick's joined us. Yeah, he's. I should announce actually on the Tuesday tune-in because it's been going on for a long time. Mick finally went to Island Peak, and do you know what happened?
What happened?
He summited. He absolutely smashed it. Well done, Mick.
Well done, Mick. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, absolutely smashed it. And to Alex as well. Both of you did really well.
Okay, what have we got next?
I think Sophie's next.
Yeah. Blisters and sweaty feet.
Yeah, do you want to take that one, Fee?
Well, I mean, we talked a little bit about the Compete, didn't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, that's kind of if you start to feel a blister coming, you can use Compete before the blisters even got there. Socks, you know, the right socks for the job, I would say.
100%.
And yeah, getting a good pair of boots that fit well. And because the blisters are obviously caused by rubbing, so anything you can do to reduce that with, you know, a decent pair of socks. Some people swear by 2 pairs of socks, don't they, to layer up?
Yeah, I think if you've got sweaty feet, you might find your feet overheating a little bit.
Yeah, you could do.
So I've seen plenty of people put talc on their feet and stop for talc breaks.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to do that. Take your time to look after your feet as well. I think if you're on the way up Kilimanjaro and you feel your feet are getting sweaty and they're starting to slip, say, do you know what? I just need 10 minutes.
Just need to have a look at this, yeah.
Undo your boots. Maybe carry a spare pair of socks in your bag. Maybe you've got to go through 2 pairs a day. I've certainly known people do that as well.
Yeah.
They literally stop to change their socks halfway through the day. Take them off, wipe them down, talc, fresh pair on. That's enough to get you through the day. The one thing I would say is don't ignore it and don't just try and chance it.
Yeah,
like
push through.
Yeah, definitely take the initiative to kind of deal with that each day before you commit to dealing with it. Yeah, and that should be fine.
Yeah.
Gore-Tex as well is usually good. It allows for some evaporation. She's also asked about any ways to lace your boots. So I've got a way that I think Lauren's posted.
Lauren did post the video in there. So yeah, have a look through the comments. You should see the video. And there's loads of ways to lace your boots, isn't there?
Yeah, there's loads of ways. That video is the way I chose to do it. Do you want to know who showed me?
Who showed you?
Tom.
Did he?
Yeah. He's other half.
Better half.
Better half?
Better half.
Okay, Fee's better
Clearly.
half. He's he likes to get things right, doesn't he? Does our Tom?
Quite particular.
Quite particular, yeah. And when we were on the trek, I was complaining, and it was the hocker.
Okay.
And I was complaining about it, and he was the one that showed me the way to lace them up.
Lace them up.
Yeah, and I'm now passing on that knowledge as if it was mine.
Nice, isn't it?
As if it originated with me. Yeah. I don't think I've ever credited Tom with that before. But yeah, no, he actually showed me about that. And do you know what? It's a revelation. I tied my shoes the same way since I learned.
Yeah.
And that's how I tied everything.
Yeah.
But it stands to reason, wouldn't it, that you would tie running shoes differently to hiking boots and.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, big difference. Let's have a look. So Stuart Taylor, hi Fee, Dave, you get top billing. Trying all kinds of methods to protect the balls of my feet. Have the Trailblazers insoles as well. That makes this answer harder.
It does, yeah.
Because that's my go-to.
Worn-in boots.
Yeah.
Compeed, duct tape.
Little concerned as your feet get destroyed over 15 miles with the Glencoe Challenge coming up. This podcast is going to be ever so useful. Right, Stuart. Do you know what I would recommend?
Balls of your feet.
The hockers.
Yeah, a bit of cushioning.
I would recommend the hockers. it might be an issue of just you put too much pressure on the balls of your feet, and that's that's your body mechanics putting too much. So if you sit on a pressure pad, which I did over the weekend, then it shows you. So imagine that's a foot. If you get a red spot here or a red spot there, it means you're putting too much pressure on either there or both.
Yeah.
It should be kind of a lovely even the whole
nice
foot.
even spread. Yeah.
Yeah. So it might be two things. One is getting some custom orthotics made from the feet people, from the podiatrist. Yeah. I can't commit that. I can't remember that. From the podiatrist, or trying a more cushioned boot that simply just takes the pressure off those hard spots. So I would perhaps look up those Hoka Ones. And potentially go and see a podiatrist and explain the problem, and they might be able to help as well.
Yeah.
And do all of this by July, because I've done the Glencoe with bad boots, and it's it goes from a lovely day out to hell.
You're doing it again, aren't you, this year?
I am. Yeah, I'm doing it again this year. Yeah.
Why is he saying he's done it before? He's doing it again.
Yeah. No. Well, I think it's because I missed one, and he's done it twice.
So you need to even up.
So I need to even it up. So I've only done it once because the last one was in July, and if you remember, I had my knee operated on in June. I was still on crutches.
Yeah.
And couldn't do it.
Yeah, you went up with the boys though, didn't you?
Yeah, well, no, I was base camp support. I literally drove the camper to the halfway point. Yeah, support vehicle. People can sort out fresh pair of socks, comfy shoes.
Absolutely. Let's have a little look now. What's Tom? Tom has a question on descending. The bottom of my toes get sore, feels like blisters, but when I look, all is fine. Is this because the boots are not tied properly? Potentially could be that. So it could be, rather than a blister tends to happen when there's heat. Yeah. So when there's a friction. What might be happening with yours is that the boots just might not be a correct fit. So you might have too much pressure put on the toe because of the way the boots fit. Again, try a new pair of boots, try a different insole, and maybe perhaps even some orthotics and things from the feet people. The podiatrist. I got it now. We're going to stick with feet people. Yeah. What you could also try doing is using a bit of that zinc oxide tape, perhaps wrapping your toes up and things like that, just to give them a little extra support. Honestly, I went through years of trying to find a pair of boots insole combo. Well, it's sock insole boot combo that kind of worked for me. So probably what's happening there is, rather than a rub-in and a movement which will cause a blister, it's probably just a pressure point where there's too much pressure being put on your toes, so they ache and hurt. Or you might just have, it might be trying to form a blister, but over time, because that happens a lot, you might have tough skin or something, so it doesn't quite get to blister, but it does cause a bit of pain and discomfort. Do you know what? 1:10. I think that we're going to announce the winner. Are you thinking it's time? Also, because I've got the next name is one I'll remember, so we know where we are with the questions. Right. Okay. We'll announce the winner. So again, thank you everybody that came to Keswick to see us. It was an absolute amazing weekend. As always with these things, we like to reward everyone that walks past the store for bringing us their dogs. Yeah. We're mainly a lot of fine dogs this weekend. Mainly there for the dogs. I felt like it was spaniel heavy, if I'm honest. There was a lot of spaniels. I do love spaniels. We like spaniels. I'm not complaining. No. But last year, there did feel like there was more variety. More variety in the dogs. There was a lovely little spaniel puppy at one stage. He was Gus. The guy. Can you believe he tried to walk past the store? He did try and without coming over. Anyway. With a puppy in his hands and his arms. Samantha, I love this. You're in my bra. Am I? Maybe it was you. Yeah. Anyway, brilliant, guys. So back to Keswick, back to the bag. So we had a bag full of some kit over there. I say kit, stuff I found in my van that we put out there. You had to have a weigh. Just by weighing and entering, you got an enter into the competition, whether you were right or wrong. Then if you did get it right, we doubled your chances. Yeah. And we picked a winner at random this morning, and I would like to announce that Wiz Lees is the winner of the bag. So congratulations, Wiz. Wiz. I couldn't believe that the name Wiz come up, because I was like, that is an awesome name. That is a great name. But Wiz, congratulations. If you're watching, drop us a message. If you're not, don't worry. We'll be dropping you an email as well. You've won £700 worth of trekking equipment. And now awesome. Dave gets to go shopping, so I get to go shopping. All fun. I get to go shopping.
But yeah, sorry Samantha, sorry everybody that thought it. This is usually where people reply and they're like, sorry, you've said you pronounced my name wrong. It's actually pronounced Greg.
It's pronounced, yeah.
You know. But yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, Wiz. I'll be being in touch with you and we'll sort out that kit bag for you.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get all that to you as soon as we can.
Back to the questions.
Back to the cues, I think. Now we've announced the winner. So the next one, Peter Fuller. Can you take those nail clippers on a plane? They might think you're trying to use them to start a hijack.
I would suggest hold luggage.
Hold luggage, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I have taken them on a plane.
Have you?
Yeah.
You snuck them on.
Stuck them on. They were in my bag on my hand luggage. No one questioned it.
I would suggest hold luggage for safety.
I would, because I did get into trouble in Qatar one time with not the nail clippers, but another keyring that I had.
Yeah, and you don't want stuff taken off you at the airport.
Exactly. And also, if you lose them, if you're carrying anything you're carrying on you in a whole bag, you can lose. Stick them with your trekking kit.
Yeah.
That way they'll stay there, they'll know where they are, and they'll be in your trekking bag when you need them and not left in the hotel. So yeah, definitely. Good advice.
What did you have taken off you at Qatar? Dare I ask?
This is going to make me sound really absent-minded, but it's a penknife.
Right, okay.
But it wasn't like a real penknife. It was made of metal, but you couldn't cut bread with it.
Right, okay.
It was in the shape of like a metal fish. And I believe it was sort of a late night Instagram purchase, from the ad. And I just thought it looked pretty fun and pretty cool. So I had it and I put it on my keys. And obviously it's not a key ring. It's a key ring. It's more of a key ring than a penknife. So I never used it and I totally forgot about it. Had it there. And then when I was in Qatar, the guy pulled me aside, said, "Is this your bag? Yes. Do you have a knife on you? No. Are you sure? 100%. Is this your bag? Yes. Is this your knife?"
Oh, that knife.
That knife. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that is my knife. No word of a lie. Armed guard.
Ooh.
Came up because I had to get another plane to catch, obviously, because I was only and they were a bit concerned about it, and luckily managed to kind of turn on my charm.
Right.
A bit of bants here and there,
yeah.
And then I just slowly walked away from him. Andy moved away quite quickly from me.
Off.
Yeah, I was like, "No, you can keep it. It's not mine. You can keep it." And he just stood there staring at me, and I was like, "So you can have it?" And I was like, "Okay, good."
Bye.
And they just kind of moved back and got away with it. Yeah. So yeah. Awesome. Next question. So who've we got? I think I've lost my place.
I've got one here from Steve Hobson.
Yeah.
So looking at 3 passes with Island Peak next year, do you need 1 pair to trek and 1 for the summit? That's a good question.
Yeah, it is a really good question. So honestly, I would, yes, bring 2.
The short answer.
The short answer is yes.
There's going to be a longer answer.
There was going to be a long one, but the short answer is yes, because to go to the summit of Island Peak, you're going to need B2 boots that are crampon compatible. Generally, they're very stiff. Some people can trek in them, but it's not recommended. They're very heavy, very stiff. So I would recommend having a pair of hiking boots, which are just unrated, flexible hiking boots like Maindels or Saliwas.
I'm not too sure how you pronounce it.
Your average hiking boot that you can buy and go outdoors, Cotswold outdoors, and then having a secondary pair that you're going to use for the summit. Unless you already have a well broken in pair that you're used to hiking with quite a lot.
Yeah, that you're happy to hike in.
Yeah. If you don't have 2 pairs of boots, you can rent those from us, and you can pick them up in in Chikung, which is near Island Peak Base Camp. It can sometimes be a good idea because those boots are quite heavy. It's a good couple of kilos that you're gonna.
Yeah, you don't have to carry.
It's going to take up your space. But yeah, other than that, hopefully that sort of covers you. I've lost that question again.
You're here.
Okay, I'm here.
Training walks in autumn.
Helen Graham Gordon said, "Do we have any training?" We tend to do some, mostly in the summer, because we do them in Wales.
Yeah.
We're a semi-aquatic people. So in the winter, it can be in the autumn, which is winter in Wales. Autumn's tantamount to winter. It's very wet and rainy and can be quite miserable. We have done them sort of in like September, which is so early autumn. To be honest, we'll probably try and stick the majority of them in the summer. But we do a winter skills training course, don't we? So
I think we're looking at the kind of training weekends at the moment. So we've got the one in August, which is sold out now, which is fantastic. That's going to be a really great trip. Lots of you guys coming on that. I know it's going to be great. So I think we're then going to review what the next training weekends are and get some dates up for those as soon as we can. I know we've got a few people who are interested and have asked when the next training weekend is going to be. So yeah, we'll hopefully get some new dates up, even if it's dates for next year. At least the dates will be there and we can start getting that done. But yeah, we'll get the one in August done first.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a good trip. Lots of Yetis on the.
It's going to be full, isn't it? It's busy.
Lots of Yetis on the trip. Yeah. It is busy. It is
loads
busy.
of us. So let's have a quick. So Mark, this drives me mad, when it moves. So Laura Twist was the one I was going to answer. Views on using approach or trail shoes as well as boots for EBC or any other trek. Thinking of using your approach shoes on any days where your feet want to break or aren't loving being in boots. Yeah, you totally can.
Yeah.
My recommendation is always just boots. I do my treks in boots. Not everyone can and not everyone wants to. And certainly there are days where you probably, don't need them. For instance, there's a couple of days on EBC in the early days. Even on the way up to Namche, I know loads of people that just wear approach shoes. And certainly on Kili, there's a few days like that as well where you don't need them. The reason why I recommend boots over trail shoes is for mainly the ankle support.
Yeah.
It's
that support, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you twist your ankle, if you go over, if you land slightly uncomfortably in a trail shoe, you've got much more risk of doing some damage. And then once you've done that damage, if you've still got another 10 days trekking left to do or whatever it might be, that's going to be quite uncomfortable. But in your boot, you've just got that support, which should protect you quite a lot. So we always recommend boots, don't we? But plenty of people have done our treks in trail shoes the whole way. That's not something we recommend, but you're grown ups, you're adults. If that's what you want to do, we're not going to stop you. But don't come crying to us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes it's a game of margins, really, isn't it? And I think just having that extra support, like you said, it just means that the likelihood of you rolling an ankle is less. If you do, the likelihood of an injury is a little bit less. So it just makes a big difference. But having said that, I have no, if someone wants to wear, approach shoes on some of the easier days to give their feet a rest and they're confident in using them and use them a lot, then 100%. I mean, particularly you get a lot of fell runners and trail runners that run in those types of things.
That are really used to them.
I'm not going to tell one of those guys that they should wear boots because they probably do way more hardcore stuff in those shoes anyway. And there are some people that just can't get on with boots. They either have an existing issue with the knee or tendons and stuff like that. Yeah, so 100% play it by ear, but definitely have boots with you because you'll need them at some points. Let's have a quick.
We've moved again, haven't we? Here we go.
Gregory Clark.
Merino wool socks.
Yeah.
Somebody recommending alpaca wool is even better. So so Gregory has merino wool, but then a rival shop sales guy recommended alpaca wool is even better. That's really interesting. My mum lives very near an alpaca farm in the south of England, so I could probably get some alpaca wool socks should I need them. What do you think, Dave?
I'm open to anything. I'll try alpaca wool.
I mean, the alpaca wool socks that I've seen, I'm guessing these are specifically trekking socks. The ones I've seen that you get on sale in shops that are selling alpaca products do tend to be quite thick. They tend to be quite a thick woolly sock. But potentially, I don't know if there is a brand that makes kind of thinner, more trekking friendly socks.
Do you know what? I think Gregory has actually volunteered himself to be our little guinea pig.
Has he?
So my recommendation, Gregory, is buy a pair.
Get yourself a pair.
Do a 10-mile hike in them and report back next Tuesday and let me know. And honestly, if they're good, I'll try them and I'll talk about them no end. But no, I've never really spotted a pair. I mean, I know bamboo and stuff like that, different types of weave. The bamboo stuff's pretty good, which when I first heard about bamboo, I was thinking, that doesn't sound great. Remarkable.
Bamboo socks are good.
Tom Massetto has given us just a little FYI that subtitles come up with hookers, not hockers. I don't know why Facebook is obsessed with that certain position on a rugby pitch, but Yeah, exactly. So Mark Heath, any suggestions for size 12 insoles? Superfeet Trailblazers don't go big enough. I got some OBS O fit, but don't really get on with them.
That's interesting that you can't get the Trailblazers.
That is very interesting.
In the size.
Do you know what I would go on the? You may have already done this, so apologize if you already have. But go in, I would probably drop Trailblazers an email, because they might just not provide them to their retail stores, but they might be able to sell them direct. So I would probably get in touch with them either on social media or drop them an email.
Yeah.
Because size 12, although large, is not uncommon.
I wouldn't say it's like ludicrously.
Yeah. So I would say that they should do it.
Yeah.
If not, there are a lot of alternatives. To be honest, somehow when I want to try a new product, quite often I'll resort to Google, and I'll just put like best alternatives to, and do a search like that, and that just gets me going. And then before you know it, you're looking in forums and you're reading stuff. I know what they're thinking. Come on, Dave, I haven't got the time for any of that. Neither have I. I do this in my free time. But yeah, that's what I would do, to be honest. And let me know how you get on, because I'd be quite happy to recommend those for the larger-footed gentleman. Haley, why is that going?
Our screen's gone slightly dark,
I just want to make sure.
It may be a lack of battery.
It may be some battery issue.
But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So where are we at? We got 20% remaining. We'll be okay.
Fine. We've only got 9
minutes. Yeah, we'll be okay. So yeah, Haley, what was she saying? Sorry.
So Haley is saying, has anyone tried boots advertised specifically for bunions? Handwags are the ones she's been looking at, and she doesn't want to go down the route of surgery. So if anyone has any bunion boot recommendations, anything? Yeah,
I don't know whether they would do a boot specifically for it, but I'm thinking maybe a wider boot might help. And I think Salawas. I think they're generally thought as of quite a wider boot. Handwags, yes. Do you know who I'm going to default to a second? I'm sure Shona has told me that she's already answered the question. She's in, yeah. I think Shona knows a little bit about. I'm sure she's mentioned wider boots before on here in terms of that.
I don't know if Salawa are wide especially, but they have got the lacing option on them. The laces go really low down to your toes, so that means you've got much more kind of play around the toe area than in other boots. So you can obviously make those looser at the toe and then come in tighter at your ankle, or vice versa. So you can kind of make them fit your foot, which is what I like about them. So you can lace them, a different kind of width as you come up the boot. So that might be something that could help. Good idea. Yeah, not too sure.
Again, I think the World Wide Web, I guarantee you there'll be forums about this. Even have a chat in the High Altitude group, High Altitude Ever Trackers, because I'm guaranteed there's quite a few people in there that probably like to know the answer anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
But report back to us and let us know how you get on. Gav Forager, great name. Yeah. My big toes go a bit numb after a long walk, and take a few days to get the feeling back. Any ideas? That's interesting. So that could be a blood flow issue. You might have your boots too tight. The boot. So, and by that I mean the actual fit of the boot. You might need a wider boot just to enable some foot movement in there.
Some more movement in the toes.
Yeah, because although you don't want your feet to move around, you should be able to move your toes in your boot and spread your toes. Yeah. So that might be the case. Again, it might be a case of that you have too much pressure on one part of your foot that's kind of limiting blood flow and things like that. I would almost say that's a sizing issue.
Yeah. And definitely, I think, as we were talking earlier about having those comfy shoes. So as soon as you get to the tea house in the evening, to take your shoes off, take your boots off, and give your feet some air and put them into comfy shoes. So you're limiting the time you're featuring those boots as well. Will potentially help. I would have thought.
Awesome. Dave Rimington's come up with a really good suggestion for us. Will we ever hold an Evertrek festival or an Everfest? Social, beers, kit, barbecue equals it. It's not a bad idea.
It's an interesting idea.
We'll get the team on it, I think.
Give that some thought.
Yeah, I don't want to arrange it.
No?
No, I've seen.
I was going to put you down. As
I'm all right. I'm all right with it, actually.
No.
Yeah, I've seen what the guys at Keswick were
I was
doing on
gonna
this
say.
weekend, and yeah,
As they ran around with their clipboards.
I tell you what, I'll be kind of like you ever watch the movie Casino? You know, Robert De Niro, he's really in charge, but he's like drinks and beverages, food and beverages manager.
Okay.
I think I'll be like that. I'll just have like a defaulted kind of job title, but really I'll just be sat around.
Just sat at the bar.
Sat at the bar, yeah.
Drinking the beers.
That's what my plan. Drinks and beverages manager, I think,
Nice.
yeah, is what I'll be. But also, when I say drinks and beverages manager, it's more drinks and beverages director.
Right. Okay, so you want the title.
I will be delegating.
With none of the responsibility.
A lot of the tasks.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for the sampling. I will personally do the sampling. Official dog welcomer, I could be.
Oh, you could be official dog welcomer.
I could be official dog welcomer.
That would be a good role.
Yeah, and I will undoubtedly roll.
Yeah.
With the dogs. You know, that would be amazing.
There we go.
Awesome.
Is that
so
all the questions?
I think we've and look at that, we've timed it pretty much perfect as well.
We have time because the computer has gone very dark, and I feel like we might just disappear any minute now. As
Exactly. So again, congratulations to Wiz.
Yeah, that's congratulations.
Yeah,
and we'll be in touch.
I love that name.
It's a great name.
I wish I was called Wiz.
You can change your name.
Yeah, I'll change it. Anyway, I'll be in touch and I'll find out when I'll talk to you. But yeah, congratulations for winning that. Thank you everybody that came up to see us. Thank you everyone who's tuning in, guys. And also thanks to every one of you that's not watching this live now, but watches it on YouTube or listens to it on the podcast and stuff like that. You might not get a mention on here because you're not live, but we are aware of you and we do really appreciate it as well. Yeah. Hopefully Andy hasn't needed a bigger boat.
No, let's hope not.
Yeah, hope not. Yeah. And
where is he fishing? Do we know? Do we know where he is?
I think he's West Wales.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's in West Wales. Yeah, but yeah, I can literally see him just singing it. Show me the way to go home, just as the shark comes through.
The side of the boat.
Well, you never know, Fifi. If they tune in next Tuesday and you're sat there, well, no, it didn't go well.
Yeah, it didn't go so
well. But awesome. Have a good day, guys, and yeah, I'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.